The aftermath of our Christmas special. Came here this morning, had to tidy up a lot of confetti.
Yeah, I mean, my hangover's been kicking in. Now.
As this video comes out, the 1000th episode went out on Saturday night. So, as far as I'm aware, everybody absolutely loved it.
All right, so 1001?
It's technically like 1019 to spoil the illusion a little bit.
Don't ruin that.
Monday is our Q&A day. Now, obviously, Villa didn't play at the weekend, so the questions are not about a specific match. And a lot of them are nonsense, which is why you're here. Hey. Some actual football bits, though, so we'll start straight away. A lot of these are no name, so I'm going to ask you to suggest names.
Okay.
The first one is from no name. So do you have a suggestion?
Bilbo Baggins.
Yep. First one is from Bilbo Baggins. Mr. Baggins says, Konsa is surely first choice centre-back for England now. Also, do you think Rodgers will start for England in the first game of the World Cup? Ooh, some England chat.
Let's just talk about Ezri Konsa being class, shall we?
Yeah.
And if that's good enough to earn him a starting spot for England, then so be it. I mean, there's been talk, hasn't there, that Konsa's the one who's going to make up the numbers with John Stones and Mark Gay and stuff. And I think that is... I think the beauty of Ezri Konsa is that he just does kind of glide under the radar.
How does that happen, though? Because we all know how good he is. It's a bit like the Kamara effect, isn't it? That you'll see other fans of other clubs not quite realise. I saw somebody build like a best Villa 11 and the midfield was like Tielemans and McGinn. It's like, where's Kamara? Yeah. How does no one else recognise that he's like probably the best player?
I don't know, but I don't really care because
I don't.
You know, the more that your players get hyped up, and I'm happy if they're going about the business and doing it in a really, really impressive, efficient way, and it wins us football matches and we progress. And you know, I'm sure they're paid well enough. I'm sure they've got enough self-confidence that they don't need their egos massaged by non-Aston Villa fans. But we know we've got a class act. I think I saw something on social media the other day about Ezri Konsa. Somebody saying, it might have even been something that Henry Winter put out there on his socials, and you know the impact that Unai Emery's had on his game and that kind of thing. And that to me, yes, Unai Emery's had an impact on his game. He's had an impact on the games of everybody in that dressing room. But Ezri Konsa was a class act before then.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that let's give what's the word? Props, flowers, whatever. What do we give now to Dean Smith? Because some of the players that he signed and that are still there and that have gone through these stages of progression are remarkable, really. So
it is great how that narrative changes, though, because when Villa weren't playing well, it was, we've still got 16 Smith signings here. You know, we've not progressed. When we're playing well, it's like, yeah, they're bloody good, though, aren't they?
A good footballer's a good footballer.
Yeah.
You know, but Ezri Konsa would not look out of place and has not looked out of place at the centre of England's defence. And we haven't really. I'm just trying to think. You've probably got to go back to... I'm going to miss somebody obvious here. Obviously, Tyrone Mings has played centre defence for England, but before then, you're probably going back to what? Gareth Southgate, Hugo Ekiog. You know, we've had this conversation on this podcast before, haven't we? Whether he enters the conversation alongside Paul McGrath. I'm the wrong person to ask because I'm massively biased. I'm massively Claverton Blue tinted nostalgic spectacles. But
I think if McGrath gets, I didn't see him play, but I think McGrath's got his own category. And then there's a rung underneath him, and Konsa's in that for me.
Yeah. So, the Father, is he the Son or the Holy Spirit?
Don't know. Let's do Rodgers very quickly. I say very quickly. This is the start of the episode, but I know there's some nonsense coming up that I want to get to.
Oh, yeah, let's run through this.
Not about England. Rodgers starting for England? Yeah, I think he probably should, but it's the Rodgers-Bellingham debate, isn't it, at the moment? I don't know whether England have played or will play as this comes out, but... whatever. Well,
let's face it, we've got the Claret Blue leanings and we've also got the kind of Halzo and Crady leanings over the Stourbridge as well, haven't we? So we're obviously very much team Rodgers. I think there's a place in the squad. I think the squad's big enough for both of them, to be honest. I think they're
definitely.
Both brilliant footballers. There's some mischief maker on Twitter last night saying, you retired a shirt number for somebody who can't, who's now been ousted from the squad by Morgan Rodgers.
I saw one of the replies to that was like, yeah, but Jude's got a Champions League winners medal or something. It's like, well, yeah, firstly, not with Birmingham City, so kind of irrelevant. If Morgan Rogers wants one, he'd have to steal it or something. And somebody replied saying, well, Villa have a European Cup. If Birmingham City want one of those, they'd have to steal it from somewhere. So
Don't advocate the stealing of cups. We've already had that years ago. Don't want the European Cup stolen as well as the FA Cup. Morgan Rogers, very good player. I think rumours of his demise were greatly exaggerated earlier this season. You could still argue that he's frustrating in possession, probably gives the ball away too much. But also, you know, I think he is one of the ones when we don't have McGinn in the team. I'm not saying he always delivers, but he's one of the ones that you look to really drive Villa forward. To set that tempo. He's still young. I think there's lots of room for growth. Thomas Tuchel clearly likes him because he's starting him.
Tuchel.
Did I say Tuchel?
You said Tuchel then.
What should I say? Tuchel.
I think it's Tuchel. I think it's a hard
Tuchel.
Yeah.
All right, touche. Howdy TT, as I call him.
God.
Clearly rates him. That's quite good 'cause he's German as well, like an Audi TT. Audi TT. Thomas Tuchel clearly rates him, and I can see why, because is it too early for a swashbuckle?
No, he swashbuckle away, so
He's a bit of a throwback, you know, we've likened him to Jonah Lomu.
Should like you say we?
I think Jamie Redknapp did, didn't he? So you know, he's part of the gang, isn't he? He's good, isn't he? And it's one of these ones with England. It's like genuinely, and I might sound like the least patriotic or patriotic.
Patriotic,
like the least patriotic person on earth. But if playing for England elevates their game because they're playing with really good players every single day at Villa, but if it elevates their game because it gives them the boost to the ego and it elevates their game from different training methods, etc., I'm all for it. If playing for England gets their heads turned and they end up heading in the back of a limousine with blacked out windows up the M6 to Manchester or Liverpool or whatever, I don't really want that to happen. So it doesn't really bother me whether they play for England. It used to. I used to, you know, go back to the David Platt days when David Platt scoring that iconic goal against Belgium was one of the highlights of my formative years. But it doesn't bother me. I'm all in club and country. I'm a proper glory hunter. You know, get to the semi-final stage and suddenly it's got my attention.
Well, these games, I'm not going to go into it. World Cup qualifiers. We've qualified. We've won every game. What are we playing it for? I want to see Villa play every single week.
Yeah, and it's the kind of risk of injuries as well, isn't it? And the traditional big clubs would have been able to, you know, in physio top trumps, the club physio of Manchester United would have had more power than the England physio.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like Villa are quite at that stage at the moment. I think Morgan Rogers is carrying a slight knock.
Yeah,
I think, and yet
still plays. Yeah,
yet he's not being whisked home straight away. But that's the concern. You know, especially speaking specifically about Morgan Rogers when he barely gets a rest.
Yeah. He'll play every minute for Villa,
plays so many minutes. Both Morgan Rogers and Ezri Konsa absolutely deserve their places in that squad.
Yeah.
But please don't make any of it at the detriment of my beloved Aston Villa.
Okay, that's enough about England. Let's move on, shall we? Another one from a mystery commenter.
Jacob Creek.
Okay. Jacob Creek says...
You know what Jacob Creek is there?
Isn't it wine?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If only we could play at Villa Park every week, do you think Villa fans take it for granted how good we are at home? And do you think away teams fear coming to Villa Park like teams have feared going to Old Trafford or Anfield in the past? I've never understood why we can't dominate away from home. It's the same players. I'm loving it, as I was a season ticket holder during the Remy Gard season. Oh, remember that? That was bleak, wasn't it? I missed only a couple of wins due to not being able to make the game. I don't think the national media give us as much respect or airtime as, say, a Tottenham. I think me and John spoke about the home record recently, so I'll leave this one for you. But it is a nice feeling, isn't it? Better than nice, going to Villa Park and thinking, yeah, we'll probably win today.
Yeah, it is Fortress Villa Park. I think the main reason, Dan, is that me and you don't do many away games. so they feel that they've got to put on a show for
the
us.
podcast.
You know, they don't want. Yeah, they don't want to be tuning in an hour after the game, thinking, "Look at these misery guts." Do
you
they?
know, when players are like really protected over player ratings in papers, maybe the same speaks for podcasts as well, where they think, well, if I want to be having a good word on a Claret Blue podcast later, I've got to play well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I want to be the
NordVPN man of the match.
VPN MVP.
Maybe that's the thing.
I've got to deliver the goods, and lo and behold, we rock up at Tottenham, score the goal of the season.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I wish to start going to more away games then. In hospitality as well?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not going if I won't get out of bed for anything less than that.
Yeah, you obviously have to adapt your style a little bit when you play away from home, and we haven't quite cracked it, have we? You know, routinely at Villa Park, we kind of know how we're going to play, and we set up very similarly, I think. I mean, John or somebody more tactically astute will say, well, actually, mate, it's a lot more horses for courses than you think. But I think we set up pretty much the same way at Villa Park when the onus is on us to go and break down opposition teams. I mean, you probably say most teams set up similarly like that when they're playing in front of their own fans. But I do think, and I'm not saying this is the deciding factor, but I do think that Emery quite quickly educated us in terms of how you support an Unai Emery team.
Yeah.
And we've said before, haven't we, when these cup games or European games, and there's people who probably haven't been as well versed in watching Villa Park inside the stadium as the die-hard fans, kind of, you know, clear it, get rid of it, that kind of thing. But I think we've got a really tight unit between the fan base and the playing squad and the coaching squad at the moment. And listen, winning football matches is the thing that ultimately cements that.
Yeah.
But I actually think if you look down that squad, and I don't think I've had the pleasure to meet any of that team in person. Don't think I would have done anyway.
Not without a restraining order.
But they're likeable, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're likeable. You feel like not only do you like watching them as footballers, but they actually feel like they're decent human beings. I mean, I'm sure there's probably some wrong uns amongst them.
Allegedly.
But there's a good vibe. And I think there's that kind of collective spirit between the fan base and the players. And I think we see that at Villa Park. Why we can't do it away from home? You know, to do it away from home, you've probably got a challenge for the title.
Well, I was just thinking this, like, if we were going to be, because I always think at some point, surely we're not going to be this good at home. Like, it's hard to keep that up. Like, winning, I don't know, 15 games at home every year is an achievement. If you could just do that away, if you did it away, you'd be winning leagues, and I don't think we're at that level yet, and that's why we do drop off at home. We can be reliable at home and know what we're doing, and you'll nick a point on the road or you'll win a game, but you'll lose a fair few as well, and that brings you back down to being 4th, 5th or 6th, and that's just where we are.
It's not a bad
consolation, is it? Yeah. Okay. Another one from No Name. Start leaving your names in the mailbag, please, or at least make them up. Save us doing it.
God, let me think. I've got Derek in my head for some reason.
That's fine.
I don't know why.
Do that.
Call him Dodgy Derek.
Dodgy Derek says, it's looking like most Villa games will be on TV this season. Do season ticket holders mind this, as one of the reasons to get a season ticket is to see all of the games and not miss anything? But now that's no longer the case. It's an interesting viewpoint. I've never really thought about it like that I'm going, so it's being on the TV kind of feels a bit of a waste. I almost feel like the other way around, like I'm going and it's on the TV. Like, I wish another game was on the TV because I'm not benefiting from that because I'm there. Like, when an away game is on proper TV, Sky or whatever, it's like, oh, brilliant, I can watch it properly as opposed to dodgy ways instead. I don't really feel like that about home games though. I like being there. It's not just about seeing the game, because I could see that at home on the telly. It's about the process of going as well.
Yeah, I think that kind of ship sailed years ago anyway, 30 years ago or whatever, when the Prem first came into life, or before then, and you get one game, the big match live on a Sunday afternoon, and it'd be, I don't know, Elton Wellesby or Matthew Lorenzo or you've never heard of these names, have you?
I thought you were going to go with two clubs then, like it'd be Liverpool, Arsenal or whatever.
No, it'd be your former hosts presenting one game of a weekend. It felt like a special occasion when a match was on the telly then. But they're two different experiences for me. And I'm not saying that somebody who can't get to Villa Park because of costs or location or whatever is any less of a fan than somebody who's there every week, but they're two different kind of sports. So I actually think watching live football and live sport is a participation sport in a way, whereas if you're watching it on the telly, you can shout at your telly and you can throw things at your telly, but
for what reason?
You can't really influence it.
That was the problem with the COVID era, wasn't it? That we spoke about a little bit on the Christmas. I keep saying the Christmas special, the 1000th special. Spoilers that we're doing a Christmas special, I guess. But that year, and I put the little montage together of like, here's things that happened over the last 6 years, and pretty much that period of I think it's 2021 that the whole season was behind closed doors. None of that happened, in my opinion.
It's like
but,
that, innit?
Do you know what I mean? Like, what was the point of any of that? It didn't feel like I was connected to it in any way.
If Ollie Watkins scores a hat-trick in a forest and there's no one there to see it, does it still make a noise? You know, it's like that.
Ollie doesn't celebrate, does he, the moody git?
It's like that. So I don't mind it being on TV. I remember probably 18 months ago we did a kind of series of content around, because a lot of the EFL games were being screened. I don't know if it was every single EFL game, or there was a lot of fallout about it. And it was a trade-off because, yes, it meant that there's a danger of the attendances being hit because that awkward 12:30 kick-off at the other end of the country. Why would you travel? Why would you travel that distance if it's on the telly? But the trade-off was that the TV deal was such that it made it gave the club a better chance of being profitable. So I quite like it. I mean, I think I referenced this somewhere the other day that sometimes on the telly you get, there's a guy who sits next to me, and let's say there's a dodgy penalty, the game stopped. I find out via him from his mates texting him who are watching it on the telly quicker than I do in the stadium.
That's mad, isn't it?
Sometimes.
I mean, that's a whole different talking point that we won't get into now.
Just on, we won't get to it in massive detail, but do you think I've mentioned this before as well, but do you think there would be a market for like kind of headsets that you get? Perhaps you get the Sky commentary or the TNT commentary,
like snooker.
Can you get that at the snooker?
Yeah, I thought that's where I was going from.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, if you're in the crowd, would you call it the audience? I don't know what feels appropriate. You can get like an earpiece thing that you can hear the commentary that's on TV. So obviously it's played in silence, isn't it? So that kind of it's obviously very different. I don't know. I think some would have the appetite for it. I don't know whether I care, because I don't really like the commentary teams often. Pay an extra $5 for the game. If Robbie Savage is on it, get rid of it.
I suppose it depends whether you'd rather listen to your neighbours or whether you'd rather listen to...
Yeah, I get it for like being up to date with things, but it's only seconds, isn't it? It's not like you're out of the loop forever. Yeah. You will find out whether the
we normally
decision's
just
going
kind of
well
turn around and pass our Werther's originals around then, and I'd say Opal Fruits then. But
I love a Werther's original. Next question comes from Alan Wright's barber.
Because Alan Wright's quite small.
He's got no hair either.
No, but he might still go and have a little freshen up occasionally. How is he doing that? Is he sticking him in like the little kind of rocket ships one or the racing cars?
So I don't know. There's a video in that. Maybe we can find out.
If we could do that. If we could do an interview, like a 45-minute interview with Alan Wright, and he's actually sitting in one of the... I think we've just ruined our chance of ever getting a 45-minute interview with Alan Wright. Sorry, I digress.
This is a comment as a spin-off from our Claret Blue from last week. 10 things we love. 9 things we love. We teed up that we do 9 things we hate, which is not coming this week. It'll be next week. This midweek, we have a special interview. A little teaser there. So keep an eye on the channel for that one.
Right.
It's not right. So Alan Wright's barber says, is the worst thing about modern football when watching a game on TV that they repeatedly show replays when the ball is back in play and you can hear the game going on in the background, but in the background whilst they show you some tame shot going 5 yards wide. Worse still is when they put the camera on a manager or some nobody sat in the stands and you can hear a chance or some kind of action going on in the background. Whoever makes these calls should be shot out of a cannon and made to live out the rest of their days in Small Heath.
I have got an opinion on that, and one solution to me would be, why can't you have a split screen? Why can't you have the chance being played again or whatever, or the close-up on just in a little corner of the screen? Yeah. And you can opt in and opt out on that on your red button.
Would you have the game in the corner and they replay big, or the other way around?
I think the first time you put the replay on, when the ball's out of play or whatever, I think you can have the replay big.
And the live action carries on in the corner.
Yeah. Because there's not really going to be much live action if the ball's dead.
Yeah.
But if...
in the event of a quick throw or something, it's back in play.
If they're returning to it later on, or they want to flash to, whoever's wife in the stand or whatever. I mean, depending on how attractive she is, you might want to put that. But the equivalent to that in the stand is, I don't know whether you get this much, and I don't know whether this goes on behind me because I'm in the second row on the Trinity Road upper.
Nice.
The row in front of me, there are more people with poor bladder control in that row and a need to go and get a drink and a pie and another drink and go for a wee. It's that equivalent, but they don't stand, and you know who you are. They don't stand.
You've got to deal with this next game.
Well, Sodom. They don't stand in the little kind of walkway. We could be attacking, or it could be middle of the park, nothing really going on. They'll just walk past, and then because they're on the front row, we have to jump up so we can see, and then it must have this like kind of knock-on effect. So, yeah, just
hold it in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they can do with that. Whether they could just we could have two views,
one in
the corner.
Maybe in real life you could have it that the seats raise, so like a seesaw. When the front row get up, your seats go up.
You know where I thought you were going to go with that then? Maybe they could have commode seats.
Oh, God.
So they don't have to leave.
Oh, God, that's disgusting. Okay, so next couple of questions are almost a bit... These could be their own episodes, so we're going to devote a bit of time to it, but obviously not its own episode length.
Yeah.
From Dyson, this was a suggestion for a Christmas episode. I'm going to do it now instead. Kind of like a tier list, but if Emery could build a Christmas tree out of his squad... Which players are the trunk, branches, lights, tinsel, and other decorations, and who is the star at the top of the tree?
Ooh.
So this would effectively be like Unai Emery's favourites, basically.
Right.
So
how many we got? How many parts of Christmas tree are there?
I mean, there's about 7 or 8 examples there. So I see that as being the trunk. What's the trunk then? Is that like the core? Who's Mr. Reliable to Emery? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
The star is obviously his favourite player or whatever. The decorations would be the flair player or somebody who's a bit expendable, and then the branches are the supporting casts or whatever. I don't know. What do you think of that? I don't know whether we get a whole episode out of this, which is why I'm doing it now.
I don't know. Is Ezri Konsa your trunk?
Possibly. I was thinking
reliable. You normally associate trunk with solid physical.
Yeah.
Listen, he's not particularly. He's not.
Yeah. But you wouldn't have like Tyrone Mings is that profile, but to Emery, he's now not in the team. Obviously he's injured at the moment, but Konsa and Power are the two, aren't they? So you wouldn't have Mings as being the... I thought McGinn maybe.
Yeah.
Like everything goes through him. He's the centrepiece of it. He's the captain.
Yeah, he's probably got a solid... He'd probably be a solid low base, because you've got to have a base to put your tree on, don't you? Go with Konsa.
Go Konsa, okay, all right. Let's go to the other end, the star on top. Is that Rodgers? He's his favourite, isn't he, I think? He always plays. But then he's... I don't know.
But then he's...
Is he more the tinsel or the decorations? Because he's the flair as well. It's the creativity, the sparkle.
This is because Watkins would be your top. If you're doing it in Christmas tree formation...
Yeah, that's not what we've been asked, but I know what you mean.
Watkins would be the top.
Where does Watkins
do we have
fit
an
into
angel
this?
rather than a...
You just say star/angel, yeah. They're both, couldn't you, I suppose? Do what you want.
Who's an angel?
See, I see that as being like Emery's favourite. Like the icing on the top of the cake, to use a completely different analogy. Torres, Rodgers, I think, was favourite.
Yeah. Put Rodgers at the...
Rodgers is the star on the top. Yeah, I think that's accurate. The lights, the twinkly lights. I feel like this analogy works well for things like the trunk and the star, but then the other ones aren't.
It kind of runs out of energy, doesn't it, after a bit?
Yeah. So I didn't think we get a whole episode out of it.
I'm not sure we'll get a whole answer out of it, to be honest. I don't know.
Okay, should we move on?
Yes, please.
Okay. This one, we've done no prep for it, again, from No Name. Damn you.
That's what we're calling them.
Yeah.
Damn you.
Yeah. Can you make up a Villa 11 with players that have names that begin with a letter of the alphabet? Do you want to try and tackle this on the fly as we pick a letter? Or should we try and do in order?
Before I go on, sometimes when I'm stressed and I can't sleep, I play little alphabet games in my head.
Okay.
So I could probably do not half the alphabet. I'll probably do a chunk of the alphabet that's got both so
like Aaron Brad's son is AB.
So Bosco Balaban. and Carlos
okay.
Quayer and
Yeah,
Dion
yeah.
Dublin and Fabio Ferrezi
Yeah.
and Gary Gardner and Julian Jokic.
Have you done this before?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I do it to get myself to sleep, as I'm doing with the viewers now and the listeners.
Yeah.
But what do you want? And my other favourite podcast, What Did You Do Yesterday?
I've been listening to some
has
of that on your
got a midweek
recommendation.
mayhem one where they've. I think they must be struggling for content like us, and they had to do their list of likes A to Z.
Right,
and the
okay,
first
yeah.
one that Max Rushton had was apples. It's like, right, well, apples, banana, carrot, dog, elephant.
I love stuff like that. It's just stupid.
So what do you want to do? Are you doing surnames?
I think, well, we can. The question is, we can do whatever we want here. I mean, we can't do the doubles because you just reeled off 4 or 5 of them,
Yeah.
and there probably isn't many
Go
after
on then,
that.
go. You do A, I'll do B, and we'll go through it like that. But we are going to have an X and a Z.
We're going to try and pick. Okay, right. Well, as I'm first, I'll go Albert Adoma.
Oh, we haven't got to do both.
No,
have
but
we?
I've thrown a bit of
Well,
flair.
and I'll go Bosco Balaban.
I'll go Carlos Quayer then. No, Kieran Clark.
Very good. I'm going to ditch the
Yeah.
the doubles now. I am going to go
The double
for...
Ds.
Christ, I've gone blank. Mark Delaney.
Okay. Oh, he's difficult. Bjorn Engels.
Bjorn Engels, yeah. Graham Fenton.
Oh, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. G. This is going to be a terrible edit for me. I might just leave all of this in. G. It's crap because you said it, but Gary Gardner.
Could have Craig Gardner.
I know, it's rubbish, isn't it? Craig Gardner, yeah.
Hitzelsberger.
I. Why do I get all the crap letters? Dan Ings.
I'm going retro with lots of these. Tommy Johnson.
I'm struggling to keep up with the alphabet.
K.
Have you got one?
Phil King.
Yeah.
You can have him if you want. Yeah.
Thanks.
Martin Larson.
Oh, let me say it then.
Oh, go on
I
then.
can't include that. Phil King.
Oh, well done. Martin,
I hate you when you do that because I have to leave it in now.
Martin Larson.
Mike Larson. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Yeah.
Yeah.
Olaf Melberg.
Excellent.
Is this good podcasting?
Orjan Neuland.
Yeah. What's after N? O.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Socorro.
David Platt.
Q.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Why have I been getting shafted with these letters? We had a Keelan Quinn, an 18-year-old Irish midfielder who I've never heard of. He was born in 2007. I've never heard of him. Apparently he's there now in the youth team.
All right.
So, Keelan Quinn,
Excellent.
my new favourite player.
Morgan Rogers.
Oh, okay. Evo Stas.
Oh, bloody hell. Played as many games for Villa as Keelan Quinn. Carl Tyler.
Carl Tyler. Oh, interesting. You for me. David Unsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Oh, I must have had a V.
I can think of one. There's a couple actually. Oh, there's quite a few.
I've got a manager, Joseph Venglos. Who's a V?
I am now cheating, but we're almost at the end. Get this segment over with.
Why have I gone blank on V?
There's a few. I thought my first one, I'll help you out here. I went Vasilev.
Oh, well, Darius Vassell, yeah.
Yeah, but Vassell, Veritu, and Vlar. W for me. Carl Walker.
Yeah. I'm going to go for Xylophone.
Tony Jar.
Oh, yeah, Tony
Probably
Jar.
would have played for us, to be honest, if we're giving him the
I'm
license.
going to go for Gary Xylophone. I think he played a reserve team game in 1987, I think it was. Never hit the right note, so
Why?
just because.
Dwight York.
Dwight York. Nicolo Zaniolo.
Nice. Yeah, I was wondering if there was going to be a Z. Oh,
God, that was exhausting.
lovely stuff. All right.
And if you've got any toddlers at home who you're trying to teach them the alphabet.
Couple of questions left. From Steve. Your thoughts on the harmony within the team? Martinez, Powell, Buendia have a close bond. Also, Anana and Kamara are close off the pitch. Are they? I don't know where that's come from. Is that just because they've been seen like walking in the tunnel together or
Sure.
something? They must be mates. The 3 Dutch lads as well. This will go a long way to help us achieve what we and they crave this season. We had that South American contingent, didn't we, over the last couple of years that got broken up with Douglas Luiz and
Martinez,
Derek Carlos,
Coutinho.
Coutinho. A lot of those are no longer there. So you've got Buendia obviously now back in the fold. He's been reintegrated into the French group. A few French lads, a few Dutch lads. Obviously, quite a core of English as well with Konsa, Watkins, and I want to say Cash, but you know what I mean. Whether it makes you achieve things or not, I don't know, because I'm sure every other Premier League squad has groups of friends and nationalities that band together and stuff. So is that a factor in success, do you think?
I don't know, just thinking about harmony, about when Gary Xylophone and Barry Triangle used to be.
That is so. That reminds me of. That's so Bob Mortimer, isn't it? Gary Xylophone.
Used to be best mates. I mean, there were lots of repercussions on the back.
Oh.
What were you? I think.
Do you reckon we're going to get to our 2000th episode?
I wouldn't have thought so.
No, I mean,
but we spoke earlier about the general sense of harmony amongst fans and players. Villa are a club that's going places, we're achieving things. Unai Emery is somebody who sets out his vision and philosophy quite clearly. I think part of the recruitment is to try and get good characters as well as good footballers. So yeah, it's great when you see these little friendships. What are you laughing at?
Gary Xylophone. Oh God, I've been reading one of Bob Mortimer's books, and he's got a new one out at the moment. Oh, I think it's new. And on the back, there's like fake reviews, and it's like, this book is good from like, I don't know, Steve Cheese or something.
Yeah, Tony Toblerone and stuff like that.
Oh, I think I might put Gary Xylophone in the title, to be honest. Did you finish a point then? Sorry.
I'd finished it. I hadn't made it, but I'd finished it.
Last question then. From No Name.
Terry's Chocolate Orange.
From Terry. If you, Matt and John had to play for Villa in this current Villa side for 20 minutes, which positions would the three of you play, and what standard of opposition do you think you would have to play against to make sure Villa won the game? In the scenario, let's say we're 3-0 up, so the opposition can't score 3 goals in 20 minutes against 8 Premier League footballers and us 3. So if we're building a current Villa team, 3 of the current 11 have to come out to make way for you.
Yeah.
You, me and John get subbed on. 20 to go.
Yeah.
We're at Villa Park to give us a bit more of an advantage. We're 3-0 up against X team. We need to see the game out. Where are we playing?
This is a bit like, is this coming out after the 1000th episode?
Mm-hmm.
This is a bit like, whether you have an elephant in goal or whether you have a flea that can't cause any damage.
What's the strategy? Are we being played up front to kind of keep us away from the danger?
The thing is, if you're being played so you don't have any impact at all, you can put you in any position, can't you? Because you just have 2 left backs, don't you?
Yeah.
Or you just, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You wouldn't be playing centre midfield, would you? I don't think.
No, if you're defending a 3-0 lead, you're probably going to take off some of your attacking
players. Do you fancy going in goal?
Nah, that's too risk averse.
Because they'll just pop shot at you and you might let it in anyway.
Too risky.
I think I'd like to go up front. For 3-0 up, we're probably sitting back anyway. Long balls over the top. I can be a willing runner. I can chase down. I can close down. I can look busy. And if we do get a chance, I'll have a go. Imagine if you made it 4-0.
You know what I used to do when I was like having a kick around with me lad and my daughter when they were like little? I used to like do some keepy ups, kick the ball, and then just get it in my, flick your t-shirt and get it in like that. Is that against? That's not against the rules of the game.
I was literally thinking, I wonder if that is within the rules. It probably wouldn't be. Is it a bit like, when you go down when you get fouled and you like sit on the ball so they can't get to it? It would be the equivalent of that, wouldn't it? I think.
What's that termed as? I can't remember what they say.
Don't know. Obstruction, something.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
It's not sportsmanship. It's not good sport.
No,
it's not good sportsmanship, is it?
But I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Just kind of, when you see like a pitch invader or a streaker being chased by a steward, I could just imagine
the TV directors. They never show it, do they?
Martinez knocks the ball out to me. I do a little couple of keep-ups. I flick it into my oversized jumper, and then I run up
your pajamas.
I trundle up the pitch, and there's like kind of, who are we playing?
Just another rubbish Premier League team.
But there's like kind of, Virgil van Dijk or Harry Maguire or whoever who are chasing me. Like the hapless coppers who can't quite get you, and like I'm sliding through the legs. That kind of thing.
Are these
fall into the net.
Are these the fantasies you have when you go to sleep as well?
Yeah. When I get to E and I haven't got 2 E's, I mean, F and a Cuckoo, but he never played for us. Wish we'd have signed him. I've had a much better night's sleep if we'd have signed F and a Cuckoo from Wimbledon in 1993. Damn you, Big Ron. I would like to play in my natural positions. So,
which is left wing.
The younger me would have played left back.
Left back.
In the not a very adventurous left back. I'd have Luca Dean on the bench cursing me for turning back rather the other way round. Or, you know, I'd play in that engine room just on the centre.
Would you? Oh.
Yeah, not so much only patrolling the centre circle, not doing any more than that.
Okay.
But just
shielding.
Just that, and then you'll have kind of Kamara doing you.
See, I like the idea of going up front, but we're saying about which players are coming off as well.
Yeah,
I'd quite like to still have Ollie Watkins up there.
Yeah,
to do the dirty work for me, because I don't want to do that level of pressing and closing down.
He'd probably want you up there to take the chances for him.
I've probably scored some brother. Yeah. Would you last 20 minutes? You think? Would you survive 20 minutes?
Pace myself or not?
It's a long time, isn't it? Professional level. Yeah. You know what I'd quite like to say, just to wrap up. You know, when people say things on social media like, when the Olympics come round, they should just let a normal guy or woman have a go at it as well, just to see the standard. Yeah. This obviously would never happen. I would like to see a normal person get subbed on in a league game and to go, how good are them actual players?
You'd like to see him subbed on for the opposition, though, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. But just to really appreciate the level. Because the spectacle of 22 Premier League footballers playing, you do kind of take for granted how good they are. Just get someone out of the crowd. Yeah. Have a run around for 5 minutes and go, Christ, they are proper good because we're him. We're all that level. Yeah. Like their first touch and everything, like you wouldn't even believe it, would you? Would
you be able to last 20 minutes in there? I would, but only if, you know them little cars that you take the ball on?
Yeah.
If I took onto the pitch on that, so I didn't.
You know, I did the running to get on the pitch.
Into the centre circle otherwise.
No, I think it's not like 20-minute run, is it?
Now,
and you just go in all the time. You can stop, you can move around. Yeah. I think you'd be okay, but the speed of the game is what would bypass us. Yeah. I remember that Tielemans video in pre-season when he's scanning all the time. So how quick is this? Yeah. The ball would just be passing, you'd be gone, you'd be out of it.
Imagine like putting the GoPro and one of them little mics on one of us, just be really lying on the floor. Where do you think John would play?
Well, I think he plays wide normally, but he's got bad knees, and a bit like me actually. So I don't think he'd be any good. Maybe fullback, maybe.
And what was the question in there about level of opposition?
I think it's just assumed that we were playing somebody that wasn't that good.
Yeah, you need to be like under 6 mini kickers or something.
Even then, I think we'd struggle. The other players that we play around, you'd want all the runners in there, wouldn't you? Yeah. They've got to be kind of making up for a 3-man deficit, or at least a 2-man deficit.
Yeah, you'd need a Nana in there so we can cover every bit of grass that you don't cover really.
Some physicality as well. So. Yeah, I think maybe we just you, me, and John play front three. And it is just like the other 8 players is a low block, sit back, 8 at the back, and we just stand on the halfway line.
I like that, and then we're going to occupy the defence, the opposition defence. They're going to be marking us, create opportunities for everybody else to come through on it. Let's see if we can get this on. I'm willing to do it.
Have a word at Villa next time you're there. Right, okay. That's all the questions. I enjoyed that. Very different to the usual Q&A. Obviously, we haven't played a game, and we don't really do the serious football chat when you're here. Thoroughly enjoyed it, Matt. Thanks for coming in, as always. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. If you didn't, oh well, come back another time if you want. If you haven't enjoyed it, they won't be listening to this part now anyway, so...
No, they'll probably go on YouTube checking out Gary's Xylophone's show reel.
I really love that. Let us know in the comments anything you want to discuss about what we've discussed. I don't even know what we've talked about, to be honest. It's just a load of randomness, which is right on my street, to be honest. So if you have enjoyed it, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Claret Blue podcast. On Wednesday, we have an exclusive interview with... Do you want to reveal it for those that have stayed till the end? Gary Xylophone.
Dino. No, not Dean Smith. Dino scores and we want some more. Not 1, not 2, not 3 or 4. Dino scores and we want some more.
Did you sing that to him on the episode?
I did, yeah. I don't know if it'll make the cut.
Oh, it will.
Or you're going to keep it in.
It will, yeah.
So, yeah, Dean Saunders, a childhood hero of mine. Childhood, teenage hero of mine. Good value, actually, wasn't it?
It was good, yeah. It was really good. I've been editing through it. There's some really funny stories in there. One about his Big Ron's wife. I won't spoil it, but very good. The way
to bleep it. You leave it in.
Yeah, I'll bleep it, I think. Yeah, really good episode. So have a look for that on Wednesday morning. That'll kind of replace Claret and Brew for this week. And then John and I will be back at the back end of the week for a Leeds preview as well. So as the camera just turns off, we'll wrap up there. Matt, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining me. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Claret and Blue podcast. And we'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.